Hi guys, Kate Kowalczyk here. We've been hearing from all of those amazing diamonds for the past 11 days. And I have to tell you, it is intimidating to be the speaker after all those amazing big names that have done it all and have done it so well. I feel I have something to share with you because many of you feel inadequate. And I know that because I've been there. I came to United States almost 3 years ago with $140 in my pocket and $760 in loans. I came with 4 suitcases and a 6-year-old daughter. So the suitcases were 2 for me and 2 for her. I've started on the bottom of the bottom. I spoke no English at all. So I've started on the very, very bottom. I started working for $3.15 an hour. I wasn't thinking how much I'm making. All I was thinking is, how can I make it better? And to go back to where I came from Poland at the time that there was absolutely nothing in the stores except tea and vinegar. So I came to United States for a better life. I came for survival, really. Did I find survival at the beginning? From day one, I was working. I was making $3.15 an hour, and I was so happy that I could go to the store and buy fruit and vegetables and not worry about having shoes and ratchets that we got for. So coming to this country, to United States, was like this big thing. But far from freedom of time, and far from freedom of money. 3 years later, I moved to Chicago, as first town was a little town in Iowa called Clarion. We moved to Chicago, and that started a new dream. I went to college with no English. Well, at that point, I did speak some of the language, of course, but I went to college. I had the audacity to enroll in college, and I did, and it did so well that I graduated with highest honors. But I wasn't just studying. I actually had family, and I had a job. I was working 11-hour days and went to college for a full time. So 12 to 19 credit hours every single semester. And one thing I learned while being in college is that it's not the 4 years, it's 1 semester at a time. It was 16 weeks each. And I was just concentrating on those 16 weeks. Because if I concentrated or thought of the 4 years, it would be just crushing. It would seem like I cannot achieve it. There is no way you can do this for 4 years. But 16 weeks was doable. 16 weeks is just trying and see how it is. If I don't like it, I can actually withdraw. Well, I never did. I graduated with higher honors, and I was so proud of myself. Well, while studying, I found a new job, and that was a great job. First, it was a secretary, which was the dream. From a worker at $3.15 an hour, I get a job offer at $24,000. Oh my God, that was something that was unheard of for me in my situation. So I got $24,000 right off the bat. And guess what? Within a year, I doubled my salary because I worked hard. I was looking for ways how to improve the company that hired me, that trusted me to hire me. So within a year, I doubled my salary. Well, that's a pretty darn good salary. 26 years ago, $50,000 a year, that was huge. I worked for the company almost 10 years, and then I got fired because I became too expensive to the company. At that moment, I actually vouched to myself that I will never, ever will work for somebody that can just discard me like I don't matter. I poured everything I had into that. And on top of everything, that happened on Good Friday. And that event really depressed me. That event caused me to crumble. At that time, I had a 1-year-old son and no job and kind of up in my age. And that was absolutely devastating. At that time, I did not realize that I'm given an opportunity to be with my beautiful son and just enjoy that moment. I didn't understand that it's a gift. All I saw was the crumbling of working like a horse and that I did not matter. So I've done everything right. I've decided we are gonna open a business. So we opened a salon with massages and facials and UV-free tan. At that time, I thought it's a great idea. But because I was also an accountant, we had another side of this business, which was accounting and translations and interpretations and office services. And guess who was doing it all? Miss Kate, right here. Of course, I could do it all, and I did. And then the economy turned, and we lost it all. We lost the business, and the $125,000 that we invested in the business was just bye-bye. Well, as you remember, I told you that I got fired on Good Friday. And being a Catholic, it was double devastating. And as I was repeating the story to one of my friends, and I said, and that happened on Good Friday, it dawned on me that it was not a Good Friday. This was the best Friday, because it gave me an opportunity to open my own business and see and experience and be everything that I could be to that business and to the customers that came to my door. Well, so we lost the business and Young Living came. Well, Young Living came because with all the turmoils, I was having a lot of issues. So I got my answer to my prayer, how to deal with my issues. And when I had my results, and then when I started sharing and they had results, I just could not stop. And I did the interpretations and I did the massages. I'm a massage therapist, a licensed one for that matter. I did the translations, I mean everywhere. Doctors' offices, immigration services, just offices, writing resumes, doing bookkeeping for companies. I was doing it all. And then the business, and I was so excited and I saw how the products work. And I was just like, why nobody wants to do this with me? This is such a great opportunity. Look, we can actually have supplemental income. Well, the health is so important, but look, without the supplemental income, we cannot get anywhere. We can't have the vacation or extra vacation or car payment or helping with the house payment. So my daughter, who was a grown woman at that point, she had the audacity not to be in my echo chambers, and echo chambers are where we agree with everything that somebody says. So somebody says, oh, it's a great weather. And even if you don't feel so, you say, oh yeah, it's a great weather. Well, that's echo chambers. So my daughter had the audacity, the guts to disagree with me. And she said, Mom, but who wants to be you? I was quite hurt for about 3 days. And after my shock and a lot of tears, because, you know, I worked so hard and all I wanted to do is bring health and the supplemental income to all those families that would not have the hope otherwise. It dawned on me, well, wait a minute. If this business truly gives us the freedom of time, what example am I really setting for all the people that I'm blessed with? I worked 7 days a week and I bragged about all of those things I was doing and those intro meetings. I was doing intro meeting every day, sometimes even twice a day, and doing all the other things. So my message to you is, have the guts to actually not be in the echo chambers with somebody. Have the courage, audacity I said before, but really courage. Have the courage to be truthful and open the other person's eyes. Because that allowed me to step back and evaluate everything I was doing. That actually was a wake-up call that if I really want people to do this with me and share with me and climb up the steps to a better them, then I need to show them how to step back and still making this dream possible. So at first, I could not just stop. I was continuing everything I was doing as my supplemental income wasn't as large to quit everything else. But pretty soon when I stopped saying it, that actually happened, that I was doing less and less of the other stuff I was involved with, and I was able to do more and more training for the people that were willing to listen. You don't become a diamond overnight, usually. It really is easy, but not effortlessly. There has to be an effort and there are steps. That's why we actually have steps. First, you become the member, and then you are the star, and then you are the senior star, and then you're executive. And just think how many people you bless with the product when you are an executive. Yes, your OGV or your sales have to be 4,000. Just think how many people you are blessing to a better life. And that's when you actually feel that you have the capability and possibility to have your products for free or almost free. I don't know any store that would allow you to have their product for free. Well, here with our wonderful company, you could work that up. It's not effortless. But there are steps, just like in my college, I was looking at 16 weeks at a time, not the 4 years. You can look at your own business, even if you don't have a business yet, even if you don't have a plan yet. Take that time and look at the compensation plan. Make sure that you understand it. And if you don't understand, ask somebody to tell you. Because when I was so overwhelmed, I would almost say, with just enrolling everybody, I wasn't really looking at the business side of this. And instead of 6 legs or 6 organizations, I actually had 58. So it really pays to look at the compensation plan and just see what really would take to be at rank 1 and rank 2 and rank 3 and rank 4 and rank 5 and rank 7. Okay. Yes, you will get there if you make the decision. And the decision is just like a decision of having a baby. When you have a baby, you cannot actually say, I will try this thing for a week or 2 or a month, and then I'm just gonna give it back to the hospital. You actually have to attend to the baby. You cannot actually say, I'm gonna change their diaper once a day or every other day. You actually change the diaper every time they saw you, and actually you check the diaper in between. So every person that comes in front of you, that you are presented with, that comes your way, that you are blessed with, it's like this little baby, and assume they don't know nothing. And to babies, you don't speak with this huge vocabulary. To a baby, you really talk simple. So the people that come to your life, they need to be treated like babies with simple language, and you attend to them. That means you follow up as well. And we all have this fear. We all have this fear. Even diamonds have this fear when they meet a new person. And you will feel the butterflies in your stomach. Well, why don't you just tell yourself, I am so excited about this new person here right in front of me. And then treat them like your best friend. If you can only see in that person your best friend, besides the baby, you will never have the fear of calling them. Because when you have the fear of calling them to follow up, it does not matter if they purchase or not, just following up. If you treat them as your friend, you are gonna call and you are gonna want to chat with them. How is life? How are kids? How is husband? How is partner? How are the animals that they might have? You are gonna have a normal conversation. You are not gonna right away things like, how can I actually sell him that kit? How can I sell him something else? We don't, right? Thank you. So when you have a person in front of you, simple is the thing. Check very often if they didn't sew you that diaper, and follow up like they were your best friend. It is simple. However, when you invite people to your meeting, or you invite to your get-together or a class, and you have nobody showing up time and time again, record yourself and listen and re-listen and listen if you use words that actually are scaring people, or maybe you just sound artificial instead of sincere. Be thoughtful versus strategic. And I know we heard a lot about strategies, and I know there are companies and trainings that actually train you on strategy. So for you ladies out there, how would you like your husband be with you? Strategic or thoughtful? Because I would rather have one that is thoughtful. So when you are thoughtful with your people, you will forget about your strategy. Your only strategy is, I cannot lose or invest too much time in Facebook because that's really not invested my time, right? Not investing my time. So what are the activities that can actually be productive, just like in any business or any work? You probably work, you are employed, so you know what is required of you. As an employee, you have to do certain tasks on a daily basis. Same in your business. You have to do certain tasks on a daily basis for that business to actually thrive and for you to thrive. So when people don't show up to your meeting, record yourself and listen. Would you actually enroll with that person that you just listened to? And you might actually ask somebody from your upline to listen with you for pointers. And yes, you have to be willing, be vulnerable, because you might not want to do that. It's getting out of your comfort zone, right? But nothing is in your comfort zone. Nothing. I could stay in my comfort zone at the job of $3.15 or $3.25 an hour. I could actually, after my big boss fired me because I was too expensive, go and find another office job But I went out of my comfort zone. I was willing to invest all the money we saved. And when you think about it, as an immigrant, working the lowest wages and being able to save $125,000, you probably have an idea that we lived very frugally, to say the least. Nothing grows in comfort zone. And also, when somebody tells you something like not being in the echo chambers with you, and they tell you something, have the courage, even if it takes you 3 days, to look at what was said, not how it was said, but the message behind it. And if it hurts, well, I hope so, because if it's comfortable, it's not gonna grow you. So you need to get uncomfortable. You have to be willing to get uncomfortable. You have to be willing to do something to get something else. And there are people that tell me sometimes, well, it's easy for you to say because you are, and then they would tell me the rank. But the truth is, we all started the same way, from a distributor or a member. We all got the kit. And what we did with the kit afterwards, it's another story. And many of us are really ashamed even to call what we do sales. And sometimes say, oh, no, I don't sell. Yes, we do. We do sell. Every one of you sells every single day. If you are a mother, you sell your idea to your kids what to eat today. If you are a wife, you sell your idea of vacations, of your clothes, of your food on the table, of the car that you're gonna buy. If you are an employee, you are selling yourself and what you represent to your employer. Otherwise, they would never hire you and they would definitely fire you. Yeah, they fired me. I'm so grateful that they did, because I wouldn't be speaking to you, and I'm so humbled by this. It's just unbelievable. I realize that my story inspires people, but don't think that your story doesn't inspire somebody. If you can inspire one person, that's all that it takes. But if you are doing your meetings and nobody shows up time and time again, evaluate and do not continue doing what you are doing. And some trainings will tell you that too. Just continue what you are doing and it's gonna happen. No, it will not, because something is not happening right now. Evaluate. Let's see what you are lacking, what words you are using, and ask questions. When you ask questions, you are gonna get the answers. Sometimes, and you know that, people will say, oh my goodness, those oils are so expensive. And your wonderful answer could be, yeah, I know. Young Living tried doing it cheaper, but you know what? They didn't work like the science says it does. You could say that. Or you could say many other things, but it comes with experience. Practice. Practice with your loved ones and practice on camera or just recording. That's what will get you to the next level. Because when you listen back, but be willing to listen back, when you listen back, you will be able to make the changes for the next time. Share your story. Share your story and be normal. What I mean by that, just talk about life, not just oils. And especially at the lowest ranks, when we become star and senior star, we are so excited about the product. All we talk about is the product. But the truth is, nobody cares but you. So ask questions, listen, and then you know what to help the person with. Because if they are your best friend, you will actually have the courage to tell them, you know what, Sally? I know you for so long, and every single time we meet, you are really complaining about your husband or your kids and how stressed you are. And I don't know about you, because it might not be for you, but you know, I was so stressed in the past. And have you noticed that I'm not as stressed anymore? And Sally might say, oh yeah, what did you do? And then you don't have to answer. You can say, Do you want to find out? Come over tomorrow, or come over in 2 days, or come over on Sunday. Let's have coffee on Sunday. And then you show her what helped you. Don't go to a Christmas party. Don't go to a holiday party. Don't go to a wedding and all you talk about is oils. Take example from other professions. I don't know if you have any doctors or attorneys as your friends. But if you do, have you noticed that they never talk at the table about the cases they took and the surgeries they've done and the patients they had? You might have a hairdresser. Have you actually heard your hairdresser talking all the time about customers that come into the door? Well, there might be an example, something extreme that you might hear, but normally they don't. So if they don't, why do we? It is a profession. Own it. That profession can give you the freedom that you never thought it's possible. When we earned the rank of platinum, we retired my husband. That's 3.5 years ago. So 3.5 years ago, we actually could retire him from 20 years of trucking. The income is there. You can see your income disclosure. The income is there, and it's very real. What does it mean that we retired my husband? Well, it means that he is a family man from Monday to Sunday, not just on Saturday and Sunday. He was a long-haul driver. That also means that we are able to have him go to Nepal and help rebuilding the homes for Young Living Foundation. He also been to Uganda. If it wouldn't be for this profession, we could not bless other people with all of that comes with. I also am able to go abroad, and I'm building our teams in Poland and Germany and Austria and Spain, and I'm able to actually go there and help other people see the possibility and live the possibility. And we are being allowed to do that, or we can't do that because of that. We also sponsor children in Ecuador. And the very first child we sponsored, we were only executive. And we sponsored the child because we wanted to give back. And then we sponsored another one. And then we sponsored 2 more. So right now we are sponsoring four children that we are so proud of. And I'm inviting you to think in these terms. How can we help the world? Mary's Young favorite saying is that money in good people's hands do a lot of good. And many of you are the example. And we are the example. We want to do more of that. Together, we can really do a lot. And don't ever believe that you are not worth it, because you are. If a person without the language, with only $140 in a pocket, that was all my possessions, can actually do this, so can you. And do it with us. The diamonds want you to be the diamonds with us. We are reserving seat for you right there, so we can all go to the diamond retreat. But not only, that we can meet, that we can have fun, that we can form friendships, new possibilities, new everything. And it's there. It's waiting for you. So don't stop. Don't quit. You would never return your baby. So treat it as your baby. And don't just try. Just do it. Thank you, Deb. I really was not looking at your comments, so I apologize. I was not looking at the comments, but I promise I'm gonna check them all. And when you share this video, I'm gonna check who is sharing, but make sure you put down share. Sometimes you don't see who shared, so make sure share. And I have for you abundance oil. Abundance oil, that we can all achieve the abundance. And we truly can. It is there. This is the best profession we can be in. The best one, that we bless another person. You can't go any higher without blessing other people. And sometimes you will be misunderstood. And sometimes your words will be taken out of the context. But all it matters is you and your intention. And my intention is helping as many people as I can to reach diamond. It's possible. Why not you? Absolutely. Thank you so much. Just go and share. Gary done it for you and I. And let's honor this man. That is absolutely amazing. And if my face looks beautiful, as Deb said, well, it's the Safi Minerals, correct? I also see that my whole physique has changed, and it's with the product, and I truly am product of the product. So I invite you to get every month something you have not purchased yet. That's a challenge. Just do it. And let me know, write to me that that's what you've done. Share, brag. There is something to brag about. And I'll be so proud that you've done it. Just get a product you never done before. You never tried before. And give it a try, not for a day or two or a week. Do it for 3 months and just see the difference. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and see you soon. If I see you at convention, please say hello. Please stop me, give me a hug. I love hugs, and I love meeting new friends. We are all friends. Hugs and kisses.